The more I think about it, the more I feel like the plan of the world government doesn't really make much sense. Because let's just do a quick recap. Their plan is to abduct the children and to use the children as leverage against the giants, so against the people of Elbaf, to basically threaten them and tell them, hey, we have your kids, so you guys should not antagonize the world government, and you guys should not ally yourself with anyone who antagonizes the world government, with any potential enemy of the world government, i.e., Shanks, i.e., Luffy, right? Because, like Gunko said, the giants and the people of Elbaf will play a major role in the upcoming war. And if they are able to disqualify, if they are able to stomp Elbaf, that will make things easier for them as in the world government. That will make things swing in a direction a bit more. That's basically their plan. But this plan contains a few major flaws. First of all, they think they can subjugate Elbaf, and being able to subjugate the people, the fierce warriors of Elbaf, that's not all that easy. They themselves have said that, and Gunko said this in the last chapter. She said, due to the size of the giants, even the children are huge, right? The island is huge. So they wouldn't have been able to sneak the children out of the island. They wouldn't have been able to just sneak them out of Elbaf. That means that the people of Elbaf will have found out about what they were trying to do, which is what actually happened. People realized that they were trying to smuggle the kids out of Elbaf and they reacted. So they could not have carried out this task covertly. They had to do it like in an open way. That implies that they had to be able to defeat the warriors of Elbaf, which is very difficult considering that there's only three of them. So how did they think that by sending only three people, they would have been able to completely subjugate the whole of Elbaf? And this is not even taking into consideration the potential allies of the giants. Because right there on Elbaf right now, you have Luffy and you have Scopper Gaban. And then you have other potential allies like Shanks and Co. What made them think that they could handle business by sending just three people, no matter how strong these people are, because these guys are really, really strong. Summers, Killingham, and Gunko are extremely strong. But are they strong enough to subjugate and to defeat an entire nation? Because admittedly, the world government has said this, that Elbaf is one of the most dangerous islands out there. And the giants are some of the fiercest and most dangerous and most powerful people in the whole One Piece universe. And this is how you handle them. To me, that doesn't make much sense. They only sent three people. This wasn't no buster call. There wasn't no army intervention. They just sent three people. Maybe because they wanted it to be carried out in a clean and efficient way. But how do you think you're going to defeat? How do you think you are going to get past all these giants and all their allies, i.e. Luffy, Shanks, Copper Gaban, with just three people? Secondly, like I said, their plan is to use the children that they abduct as leverage to keep the giants in check and to make sure that they do not antagonize the world government or that they are not a nuisance to the world government's agenda. But what makes them think that the giants are this tribe of this race of people who are submissive and who just yield and who just fall to every threat that gets sent their way? We know for a fact that giants are very fierce and very strong people. So if anything at all, if you do something like abduct their children, they will definitely seek for retaliation. If you attack them as a people, they will definitely respond, and they will respond with violence. Dory and Broggy said this in chapter 1079. If you are going to attack our home, you better be ready to face our wrath. If you attack any faction in One Piece, you better be willing to deal with the repercussions. If you attack our home, you better be willing to deal with the repercussions. If anything at all, this can actually start a war. Because we know that even though Elbaf is not affiliated to the world government, they don't have any particular animosity with the world government. They don't have any particular beef with the world government. But now, if you do something like this, you are giving them a very, very good reason to attack you. You are giving them a very, very good reason to ally themselves with anyone that is willing to take you down, i.e., Luffy, i.e., Shanks, i.e., the revolutionaries, right? They can go out there and seek alliances with all these people, which will eventually come and bite you back in the butt. So I think this is a very, very bad move by the world government, and I don't really feel like this plan makes sense. But tell me what you think in the comments.